Yeah, so Matt Ortega argues the team would need public funding to move to Nevada and taxpayers would be on the hook. He created this website, KnowNevadaMoney.com. The headline, billionaire A's owner John Fisher wants $500 million for a Nevada ballpark. It's a direct message to Nevada taxpayers. He argues that public funding would be required for the move.
A lot of folks slag Oakland fans for not showing up to games and blaming the fans. And really what I wanted to do was kind of educate not just Las Vegas fans, but just people watching from all around the country, what we've been dealing with regards to the team ownership out here in terms of their unwillingness to actually commit any money to investing in the team. They're kind of double dealing and shady negotiation tactics they've been pulling here.